Good day. It's been a while. Hope you guys are still okay in this corona. Good news is it's coming to an end very soon. So I'm going to be as brief as possible. Okay. And I hope that this would just sit in and it would make so much sense, and it's going to help you to kind of like look at yourself, but also maybe help you to look at the partner that you have. I want to talk about from the previous video that I had. If you look at the bottom, I was talking about boys, men, and husbands. So I want the reverse of that. Girls, married girls in particular, married women, and wives. What is the difference? So if you are a woman, you might look and say, which one are you? If you are a man watching this, you can just see who you're living with, whom are you married to. Okay, so it's going to be very brief. Remember, if you want to get more of these teachings or messages, you can click at the bottom here at the subscribe button, and then you can be able to get notifications when I post new material. Also, if you want to book one-on-one session, we can do it via video, or we can do it in person now. You can do that via WhatsApp on 08333173350. Okay, and you can also follow me on my Facebook page, Marriage Affairs. Let's get on with it. So, first things first, I say growth, physical growth, that is by nature. You know, whether you can sleep the whole day, whether you don't eat or whatever, you will grow old. I was not like this 5 years ago. I was not like this yesterday. So each day, each minute, you are growing. Okay. So that is by nature. You don't have to do much about it. But intellectual growth is by choice. So in other words, if you want to be intellectual, you want to have some kind of intellectual wisdom, you need to read, you need to study. And that comes by choice, meaning that you have a choice. I'm not studying now, but I'm registered for a course that is starting next month. And last year I was not studying, but years before then I was studying for most of my life. Because why? I want to acquire some knowledge, and that's what makes us to grow and be better people, so that you don't sit at home with your spouse and all you can be able to argue is like, no, or you can't contribute positively into a discussion that you would be having with your partner. And I've seen this with some of couples that I've come across, that one person is pursuing, their studies, they empowering themselves, they bettering themselves with education, knowledge. And education doesn't necessarily have to be formal education, registering with UNISA or University of Pretoria. No, there are a lot of other things that you can do, short courses here and there, just to acquire some knowledge. So that is by choice. And then emotional growth is by experience. Things that you have experienced in your life, that you have gone through, they will build you to a person that you should be or you are today. So if you look at your emotional capacity, your emotional capacity is based on the things that you've gone through in your life. So there is that aspect. And then obvious, there's also a spiritual growth. Spiritual growth is also by choice. You have to have certain things that you do in order to build up your spiritual being. You need to go to church, you need to read the word, you need to pray, and that's how you grow yourself spiritually. Try not to read the Bible for probably, let's say, 3 weeks or a month or 2 months. and don't pray for that long, and you will see the difference. So all in all, we have choices. And over and above that, there is nature that takes its course, and also there is, our actions that are building up experiences that we have. Now, with all that information, the person that you are with, it's either nature has shaped them, plus their choices that they have made along the way would inform the person that they are now. Let's talk about girls. I'm not going to discuss it. I'm going just to give pointers to what it is. If you want to argue it, you can argue it with me offline. You can contact me by all means, and then we can be able to discuss that. So married girls, how do you see a married girl? She treats you as a man or expects you to be like her father. So everything has to be like her father. My father this, my father used to do this. You're not doing this like my father. My father would be saying this if this was happening. That's the first thing. The second thing, they are obsessed with friends and what friends have to say about their own lives. So I'm more concerned about what my friends are saying about me, meaning that she doesn't have a backbone. Number 3, she runs her marriage on social media. Everything that happens, you find it. If you want to know what is happening in her life, in her marriage, you go to her Facebook, her statuses. When they have a fight, it's there. When they are happy, it's there. Everything is just there. They run their lives there. Number 4, they marry for possessions. So they look at what you have, or they married for possessions. So they looked at what you have and what you can provide and offer them materialistically. So they look at that. Number 5, they always run to mom and dad, or to mom, whoever, a parent. Every time something is not happening the way they want them to happen, if they are not pleased, if they are, everything that is happening, they're just quick to go to mom and dad. They raise their hands to their partners. So they will beat you up. They will do all this sort of things. Sometimes they will justify it and say, no, I was angry, I was hurt. But they resort to physical violence when they are not happy. She has a lot of beauty with no brains to it. So they focus a lot on the outside appearance. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with the outside appearance, but that is not balanced with what is upstairs here. So you find that it's empty here, but, they take care of themselves. She wants things to always go her way. So they have last-born tendencies, girls. They have twin tendencies. They just want things to happen their way or nothing at all. So it's either nothing happens or it has to be her way. She doesn't value her body in how she dresses up. So the way she dresses, as much as she's a married woman, but she leaves a lot to be desired. She leaves a lot to imagination. So you're looking at her, you feel, you can't even value her husband now, because of how she portrays herself. She pays revenge. So she's one of those, you cheat, I cheat. Why did you cheat? No, because he's cheating on me. So that is a girl. Girls use sex, kloof, as a reward or a punishment. So if you have done something and then they sleep with you, or if you haven't done something and then they deprive you sex. In marriage, I'm talking about married girls here. Okay? Now, quickly, let me go through swiftly to a married woman. A married woman, you see her by dragging a past a lot. So whether it's the past that you created with her, or it's her own past, sometimes she will be comparing you to her ex-husband, comparing you to her ex-boyfriends, and so forth. She drags the past. She compares or treats you like an ex. So everything that you are doing, you are checked against the ex. If the ex used to lie, and then when you tell a lie, it's like, you're doing what Joseph did. Understand? So she compares you. She wants to be equals with you. So everything that happens, she wants to be equal with you. Even on things that are unnecessary. She gets so obsessed with equality. Even when you're eating a full chicken, she also wants to eat a full chicken. Okay, she marries this one, not necessarily for possessions, but she marries for looks. So she concentrates on the outside appearance, how you look, and then that's what determines if she likes you or she doesn't like you. She runs to friends for everything and validation. So she doesn't necessarily run to mommy and daddy, but her friends, they validate. So if there's something, a decision that she needs to make, she will just, go and check with the friends if they will validate that. She gets friends or siblings to beat the hell out of you if you abuse her. Okay, so she will plot, she will find people as a form of revenge, but she won't do it herself, but she'll get other people to actually do it. She has beauty and she has brains, meaning that the outside is balanced with what is upstairs. She compromises to meet you halfway. This is now a married woman. She will make sure that she meets you halfway. It's not her way or no way. She meets you halfway. She dresses appropriately for her age. And I'm saying age for a reason. So she looks at her body structure. She looks at her age and she will dress up appropriately for that. She forgives conditionally though, but keeps bringing it up. Remember, she's got a problem of dragging the past. So she will forgive you, but every now and then, whether it's related or not related, and then she will just bring it up. And, it's going to be an issue that never ends. But when she forgives you, it kind of like, puts it on the down low. Okay, and then lastly, a married woman thinks Kloof is only to pleasure her. So she would lie there just looking up the ceiling and you will be doing everything. She doesn't really get involved. She doesn't initiate sex. She feels the entitlement that this is meant to please her. I'm doing you a favor by allowing you to sleep with me. That becomes now a married woman. Now let's look at a wife. When we say a wife material, okay? She builds her home and she builds her man, okay? And a married woman, she could build her man, but she might neglect the home, or she might build the home, neglect the man. A married woman struggles to find and strike a balance between, building both at the same time. A wife respects unconditionally. Her respect is not dependent on what the husband does, okay? She marries for values, morals, and principles. So when a wife marries you, she looks at what you stand for. She looks at what you believe in. She looks at, what drives you as a man, because she knows that's what will be driving her. She looks at who leads you so that she can be able to be led by you. We understand? So she prays also for you many times than even she prays for herself. She prays to God for times of trouble. She doesn't run to friends. She doesn't really run to mommy before committing it to God. She gets the abusive guy, an abusive husband, arrested just to save him from himself. She will rather love you behind the bars until you get to your senses. She has both beauty, brains, and God driving her within her. So it's not just the brains, it's not just the beauty, but it's all of that. And all those are driven by a strong spiritual drive, belief in God. She runs her house and lets you believe that you're calling the shots. This is a wife. She gives you all the respect, she gives you the credit, but she runs her house. Don't get it twisted. She's got everything figured out. She knows what is what. She knows where is what. And she will even plant ideas in your head. And you come, and when you say them, she looks at you and thinks, Look at him. He thinks that he came up with that, but she planted it. She dresses appropriately to honor her men and to honor God. So it's not just about your men, because let's tell the truth. There are men who just don't care about how a woman looks, what she dresses. Abo, if she's happy, I'm happy, kind of like men. But a wife will consider how she dresses would affect the image of God in her life. She forgives unconditionally and she moves past it. Okay? And then a good wife is hard to find, yet she is an easy person to please, an easy person to keep. She just needs an honorable man. And then lastly, a wife regards Kloof Kloof as a joint venture. She gets involved. She becomes part of it. She is in it. She is there with you. She participates. Everything that you are doing together. She's not scared to initiate. She's not scared to be vulnerable to you sexually. Thank you so much. Remember, I've got 22 books that you can be able to get. It's audiobooks only, no hard copies. Audiobooks that you can be able to buy and listen to them. They cover a lot of issues, different subjects that are covered there. Make sure you order yours. You can get a list from our WhatsApp line, which is 083-3317-350. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.